As ballots are still being counted from California's June 2nd primary election, the state is now suing Shasta County with accusations of an illegal election overhaul. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on To The Point. I'm Becca Habiger. Now, this all comes amid questions about California's elections process on a local and federal level. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen is here with details on the lawsuit and historical context for our state's elections.
Well, Becca, this lawsuit is over a recently approved measure that would essentially change how people vote in Shasta County. The state says it's illegal, and now the County Board of Supervisors say they want nothing to do with it.
It was a 4-0 vote to not defend the county or the registrar of voters against the state in this lawsuit. So basically, we're stepping aside.
Shasta County Supervisor Matt Plummer is referring to this lawsuit filed by the California Attorney General and Secretary of State, suing the county over Measure B, which was recently approved by voters. Measure B would require voters to show ID to vote, limit who can cast an absentee ballot, and require all ballots be hand counted. Plummer says the measure would be difficult to defend.
It's more about the process by which this measure seeks to make change. And unfortunately, in my reading of it, in my opinion, this measure will violate state and federal law.
All of this comes as California has been accused of election and voter fraud following the recent primary election. First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley has been putting pressure on the state to allow for a voter roll audit. Asaley refused an interview with ABC 10. But state officials and lawmakers reiterate there is no evidence of voter fraud. U.S. Senator Alex Padilla hosted a forum on Tuesday to address election security.
As California's former Secretary of State, who is responsible for overseeing elections, I can assure everyone in this room and everyone watching at home that California's elections are indeed safe and secure.
The California State Library also has a historical record of elections and says counting ballots have always been slow in the state.
For at least the last 100 years, it's taken on average about 30 to 40 days. So that's kind of the historic average we've seen.
When it comes to how Shasta County holds its elections, Supervisor Plummer believes changes should be made on a state level.
If we look at the federal constitution, it does designate those authorities to the state to determine how to do elections.
And I reached out to the Shasta County clerk for comment on this lawsuit, but did not get a response. Meanwhile, an initiative will be on the November ballot asking voters to approve a voter ID requirement for future elections. This is also something Shasta County Supervisor Plummer supports. Becca.